Poke free. Here's a chance. It's Lomberg. Lomberg scores. The most unlikely overtime guy you could pick on this roster. Ryan Lomberg wins it for the Panthers.
Face-off, puck control. Now watch top right of your screen. Just a little nudge ahead by Vetrano. And Victor Hedman trying to hold the line. He's looking at the puck. By the time he turns, Lomberg's already well by him. And he makes the play on the...
Down to 2:10. Huberdeau. And now a shot. They score! With the extra skater on the ice and 2:04 remaining. The Florida Panthers have tied it as Reinhart beats Samsonov.
I believe it goes off of Garnet Hathaway, 21 in red, right there. And it ends up on the stick of Sam Reinhart. And he beats Samsonov to the glove side, maybe off the post and in. But the puck retrieval of Florida was brilliant as that puck bounces his way through, and the reaction from the bench. How about the assist there to Andrew Brunette?
Game 4 in Washington, tied to a piece through 60 minutes, headed to overtime. Thanks to the late goal scored by Reinhart. Here come the Panthers. Kick save made by Samsonov. Verhaeghe scores! Carter Verhaeghe wins game 4 in overtime for the Florida Panthers. 4 minutes, 57 seconds in.
The right side of the ice. They look clean there. Play looked onside. The shot is saved. Huberdeau is there. Now Jonathan Huberdeau is in the blue paint. Watch the right part of your screen here. He goes to the net. He gets taken into the net. There. And then the shot goes top shelf.
Markov with a wrister, just goes wide. Verhaeghe scores! They get one back. Carter Verhaeghe remains hot. And the Cats are down by 2.
Oh, he's hotter than a blowtorch on a Saturday morning. Here they're working in the offensive zone. Over to Barkov, and you see Verhaeghe, he just throats it through. It goes wide of the goal. Giroux took out one of the defensemen. Van Riemsdyk out right in front, and that allows a big carom off the end board.
Swing and a miss. Verhaeghe is after it. He has Hornqvist up ahead. Breakaway. Patrick Hornqvist, he scores! The comeback Cats have cut it to a 1-goal game. It's 3-2.
The Capitals whistle it wide. It gets past the defenseman. Here comes Verhaeghe. Good heads-up play. Just sauces it over to Hornqvist, who skates into it and flips it over top. Samsonov went down early. Hornqvist realized.
The net for Reinhart. Double team, but Reinhart gets it in front. It's loose. Verhaeghe is stopped at the net. And then they score! They tied it! Sam Reinhart. And that's 3 in a row for the comeback Cats. This place is going nuts.
Pursuit of that puck of Verhaeghe. There's Reinhart out in front. Look at Verhaeghe comes through. Just enough disruption. And the 4 Capitals in front of the net. They couldn't track that puck down. And there you see the puck goes in on the short side. You're going to see, watch the right pad of Samsonov. Can't get over to...
But on the back check, it's Verhaeghe with the strip. And the lead. Alexander Barkov cutting in. In front, Verhaeghe scores! That's 4 in a row! And Verhaeghe has given the Panthers the lead! What a game for Carter Verhaeghe!
Panthers there, look at Verhaeghe. He'll come back on the back check, strip it, and now he'll turn it up the ice. Barkov's got full control, waiting for Verhaeghe. He just goes right by Backstrom and puts himself in a scoring position. Perfect sauce pass, and there's the finishing touch from Carter Verhaeghe.
Verhaeghe out to center. Moving in, it's a 3-on-1. Verhaeghe down the wing, centering feed, and they score! Claude Giroux! The Panthers have stretched it out to a 5-3 lead. The Capitals thought it wasn't in the net.
And you'll see the strip. Here comes Verhaeghe. The Panthers on a 4-on-1 over to Giroux. What a move there. And that puck was over the goal line before the defenseman could get back to sweep it out. Watch the puck go over the line and back out. And that is a goal. And Claude Giroux with a huge one. And Achari. But it doesn't matter.
Win it. 5 consecutive goals after trailing 3-0. Sergei Bobrovsky stopped the last 18 shots he saw.
It's held in by Ben Sherratt. Centering pass for Verhaeghe. He scores! Carter Verhaeghe wins it in overtime. And the Florida Panthers are on their way to the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs.
He's won 18 out of his 25 faceoffs tonight. It's cleared away by Marchand. Marchand has to let it go. Stopped by Bobrovsky at the buzzer. Hold each other up. Marchand missed Zacha at the point. He was moving toward the middle. Marchand thought he would stay along the boards. Allmark turned it over. Bouncing puck. They score! Matthew Tkachuk wins it in overtime. A misplay by Boston, reminiscent of Game 2.
Starts in the Boston end. Marchand thinks Bergeron is there. They've changed. There's not the right-hander, there's the left-hander. The puck comes all the way down the board. Allmark tries to do too much with this puck. He wants to reverse it up the boards rather than shoot it here on his forehand. And he ends up pushing it onto Verhaeghe's stick. Matthew Tkachuk with plenty of time to go around the
Of the period for the Panthers. In front, they score! The long-time minor leaguer with the biggest goal of his life, and the game is tied at 4. Passes through seams. A nice job by the defenseman to be involved in this pass, as it's going to be a second opportunity back out in front of the net. And there's Zach Dalton. Across. Now moving to the side of the net. The Red Rods. They rebound. They score! The immediate response from Tkachuk. Guess what? We're tied again. 5-5. Is Matthew Tkachuk, and this is just a simple play to the goal line, and Tkachuk here with a goalie. Not lucky there. 3 power play goals tonight for the Bruins. Bruins unable to clear. Lostarina to shot. He scores! That's to Lostarina. 6-5 Florida. They will not go away. For the Boston Bruins, they're just trying to connect to get that puck out. But that's just a turning away from the check. Got it to Marchand. Marchand back across the shot. Puck to up. Save rebound. Doesn't go. It's been called down the ice and into the net. They score. Long-range bullseye by the Panthers. And they have a 2-goal lead with just 28 seconds remaining. Reinhart celebrating at the bench. Good is there in support. Bobrovsky with that initial save. And then Reinhart with the perfect carom in this game. A lot of, they've ended the game, Jody. They're going to let the time run off the clock. They say Cats have 9 lives. Paul Maurice's bunch using some of them, but they are alive and kicking in this series.
Far side for Verhaeghe. To the top, Barkov. Barkov put it in. They score! Brandon Montour! He snuck it short side on Swayman. And in the final minute, the Panthers have tied Game 7.
They are an amazingly resilient group, and it is Montour again. And as I mentioned, with the ice this late, it's not going to lay flat for fancy passes. You got to just grunt it out a little bit. Tkachuk goes back to the point. Now you're going to have to get a shot on goal. There was. And the hit a skate. Rebound goes right to the right-handed Montour. He was sagging down low, and look at him.
First one to it, Tkachuk. Hit by Carlo. Puck pops in the air, lands behind the net, right in the side of the goal. They chop away at it. Tkachuk keeping it alive. Carlo can't grab it. It comes to Verhaeghe. Turn, shoot, scores! Carter Verhaeghe! And the Panthers have eliminated the Boston Bruins.
An incredible wrist shot. You just mentioned Verhaeghe with that great regular season. That line not getting many chances in this game, and the improbable has just happened here.
Enter. Philly's got some reinforcements, and then he finds his way in.
Reinhart changing sides of the ice for Lundell. Return to Reinhart right in front. He scores! Sam Reinhart gives the Panthers a 3-0 lead in the series. Shot to the front, and Gudas stopped and fork up there. Couple of Leafs collide, and the Panthers have numbers up ice. Radko Gudas going to the net. Cousins waits, drags, shoots, scores! Game winner! Series clincher! Nick Cousins and the Panthers are moving on!
Turnover down deep. A good play by Radko Gudas to cut that off. And then I thought at this point here, Cousins was going to drop it to Bennett. He's the late man looking for the one-timer. Cousins doesn't do that. And look at Radko Gudas go to the front of the net, cause a disturbance, and allow Cousins to score on a beautiful wrist shot. Brent
Burns with 15. Bennett keeps the puck alive. Tkachuk with a shot. He scores! Matthew Tkachuk with 12 and 7/10 seconds remaining in overtime number 4. Bobrovsky, Tkachuk, the hero in overtime number 4.
Turnover in the neutral zone. Burns has the puck. He reverses it. It's turned over. And then a quick play from Bennett to Tkachuk in a short side roof job by Matthew Tkachuk, and got a lot of energy now, Jonesy, after putting that puck in the OTGWG in overtime number 4.
What a prime-time performer. I mean, he just gets the job done, doesn't he? And Bennett made a heck of a play on the boards, picking that puck up on the backhand after Slavin tried to... unsure what was around it.
Her with the pass between the legs, and then Barkov scores! What a move! And the Panthers tie the game at 1.
Looks like Barkov's going to go between the legs here, Kenny, but I don't think he ever does. Oh, and he brings it back. So he made it look like he was going to go and make that move between the legs, and then the patience here, Jonesy, to wait, and then have the angle to beat Raanta.
Yeah, how good has he been in this series? Take a look at the AT&T 5G net cam. Raanta stretched out as far as he possibly...
The nifty stick handling. Natchez keeps it away from Barkov. Across. Oh, what a stop by Bobrovsky. Hitting Eric Stahl up high, and then a big save.
What a stop by...
Now Reinhart with it. Down to 10 seconds. Maybe that may have hit the post. Coming back out in front of it is Tkachuk. He scores!
In around the net. He feels like there was a poke in there on the goaltender Anderson.
Yeah, right there. The initial play before Tkachuk lets the puck go. Now was he aided in by Pesce?
On review with Toronto, the situation room, we have a good goal.
Carolina will try one play here off the neutral zone faceoff.
The Florida Panthers are heading to the Stanley Cup Final.
Accepting the trophy are the 2022-23 Florida Panthers.
question every year, of course, will they touch it? Will they pick it up?
Oh, yeah, Matthew Tkachuk gave it it looked like he was hugging it.
How about Eric Staal? Went to the final with Montreal 2 years ago. Did not play in the NHL last season. Now heading back. Barkov, the captain, goes for a skate. Out it comes to Ekblad. Drives it across. Tkachuk! Score!
The keep in by Barkov. Verhaeghe throws it to the front of the net. The shot blocked by White Cloud. And then Florida goes to work. And look at Matthew Tkachuk. Gets inside position on Zach White Cloud. Fortunate bounce. Second chance opportunity. And right off the camera in the net.
And what else is new, right? Tkachuk just continues to keep the Panthers alive in these playoffs. So many clutch goals.
Bennett. Cross ice. Shot. Score! Verhaeghe!
On the first shot of overtime. Ends up in the back of the net. Through the middle of the ice, Bennett with a beautiful pass. And Verhaeghe just lets a nasty wrister go right over the glove.
Speed. Cirelli looks over his shoulder. That wrister partially blocked by Montour. Out in front, Bobrovsky dives to his right with a robbery. Took one away from Dumba. What a save by Bobrovsky.
On an opportunity from Dumba, he works his way around. He's out of position, but he turns around and grabs it with his glove. Huge save from Bobrovsky. The save of the playoffs so far. No question about that. Keeps this game 2-2 late in the second.
Nice spin move by Tkachuk. Freed up to Lundell on the doorstep. Holding. Shot. Score! Verhaeghe does it again in the playoffs. The Rats fly, and game 2 belongs to the Panthers.
There's a scramble around to keep the puck in. What a play here from Tkachuk. Little spin move off of the wall. And this puck's going to float to the front. Verhaeghe's going to pick it up and just shows tremendous patience as he puts it over Vasilevsky as he's spread out. But look at this move by Tkachuk on the wall. Spins there. Poked ahead to Verhaeghe. Patience. He waits. Puts it underneath the bar.
Turned over. Verhaeghe tries to make the drag and can't. Not around Sergachev. He's not falling for that. Loose puck side of it. They score! Florida gets the insurance goal. Who else? Barkov, the captain. His second of the game. 3-1 Panthers.
Florida with the zone entry and good second effort here in the corner by the Panthers. There's Barkov, number 16. Both him and Tkachuk playing pitch and catch in front of Vasilevsky. But watch Barkov. You mentioned driving through the middle. He does that, but he doesn't quit on the play. He gets back to the net front. So too does Matthew Tkachuk. And it's Barkov who hammers this one.
Dave Andrechuk, although was there for the latter part of his great Hall of Fame career. But I think when it's all said and done, as of now, I'd say probably Stammer. But those guys are all in the conversation for very good reason.
And again, we're not saying it's done. This game is, and the season is. Mikkola on an empty net goal. How about 6-1 Florida? Seconds left. Second empty net goal for the Florida Panthers.
It's Mikkola.
Earn the wild card 1 spot. Florida Panthers. They won their division, and the Florida Panthers win this first-round playoff series. Florida beats Tampa Bay in a postseason series for the first time ever.
Lundell with a wrister stopped by Swayman. Forsling, he scores! Gustav Forsling with 1:33 left.
And then he plays it to the middle of the ice. Center lane drive there by Forsling. Somehow, this puck eludes the goaltender on the short side. Oh, it goes through the legs of Wotherspoon and in the net behind Swayman. Very inauspicious and slow developing play there, but it did start with Matthew Tkachuk in the neutral zone.
To the corner and played back up high. 1 for 3 on the power play tonight. Down low. Score! Sam Reinhart! A power play goal! Wins it for Florida!
The Panthers will control the puck. Reinhart will move into the slot. He takes that one-touch pass from Alexander Barkov. Montour to Barkov, and this puck is on and off the stick. Samson Reinhart with the game winner. And the Panthers have evened this series at 2.
He slides it ahead, hoping that Luostarinen could get there first. Luostarinen won the puck. Sutter! Score! Lundell put it out in front. And what a time for Vladimir Tarasenko to end that pointless and goalless drought. It's 2-0 Florida.
Critical key. Vladimir Tarasenko's first point of the series. Lundell gets to Miller, and as Miller tries to clear the puck, Lundell lifts his stick. This puck goes through Hedel, through Schneider.
NHL Deputy Commissioner Bill Daly will now present the Prince of Wales Trophy to the Eastern Conference champion, Florida Panthers. Accepting the trophy are the 2023-24 Florida Panthers.
We want the cup, is the chant from the crowd here at Emirates Bank Arena. Rapidly growing fan base with the success of the Panthers in these last 2 years. Under Paul Maurice, 4th all-time in the regular season, and Hopkins in aggressively forechecking. Barkov 3-on-2 for the moment across the line. Barkov out in front. They score! Carter Verhaeghe!
Look at this breakout. Impressively done. Quick up from Ekblad to Barkov, who takes the return feed from Reinhart to find Verhaeghe. When you're the best defensive player in the game, as Sasha Barkov is, that means in your end, you're in position. He takes the breakout pass from Ekblad. Now they're out of the zone. Then he delivers to Verhaeghe, and the Cats are on the board. What a great start here in South Florida.
Scored in the first period. Beautiful touch pass. And here's Enrique. Stop by Bobrovsky.
Comes after Sergei Bobrovsky's terrific breakaway save. The Panthers get crossed up. Janmark to Henrique. He goes to the backhand, and Bobrovsky spreads out and keeps it 1-0. A little glimpse of how quickly the Oilers can find open space with the man advantage.
Here's Nugent Hopkins in alone, and another stop by Bobrovsky. Flashed out the glove and the left pad again.
And Barkov is going to look up the ice. That's his man right there, Nugent Hopkins. And for the second.
Bennett dumps and chases after it. And a centering pass. They score! Evan Rodriguez!
This is all Sam Bennett. He gets to his own dump in. He wedges Cody Ceci off the puck and finds Evan Rodriguez alone to score. 2 goals for the Panthers. Darnell Nurse and Cody Ceci have been on.
Draisaitl heads to the net. Beautiful pass. Saved by Bobrovsky. Rebound by Nugent Hopkins. Did not go.
Them from there tonight. And then Bobrovsky stops Draisaitl. And lastly, it's the Nugent Hopkins rebound over the top of the net. The Bouchard slapper. They call it the Bouch bomb in Edmonton. And Bobrovsky.
Rodriguez with Fogle now out of the box. They score! Evan Rodriguez threw it toward the net. Carter Verhaeghe tipped it in. And a 1-0 Florida lead.
That the first goal, if it's not a Panther goal, would be critical. The Panthers need something positive. Here's Carter Verhaeghe, 1 goal in the series. Rodriguez's shot is going about 3 feet wide. Verhaeghe deflects it out of the...
Couldn't clear. Fogle tries to walk out in front. It was free in the crease and played away from Harn. Here's Reinhart on the counter. Sam Reinhart scores!
A great chance at one end. Fogel's shot is stopped by Bobrovsky, and Kulikov shovels it behind the net. A quick up on the breakout by Verhaeghe, and Sam Reinhart's got all kinds of room. A miscommunication. Kulak and C.
Bouchard down low. McDavid, free puck, Hyman, and they cannot score.
David gets this puck. It's going to be loose. The strength of Forsley, the strength of Montour, and the dive of Bobrovsky.
20 seconds to go. One last gasp for Edmonton. Bouchard's pass didn't click with Draisaitl. 12 seconds to go. Florida trying to end it up against the wall, which would be fitting. 3 seconds to go. The Florida Panthers have won the Stanley Cup. For the first time in their 30-year history, the Florida Panthers are Stanley Cup champions. They made it about as hard on themselves as they possibly could, battling a valiant Edmonton team that had rallied from adversity all season long. And Paul Maurice, coaching lifer, 30 years in the National Hockey League, has his Stanley Cup. And can fully take his place now alongside the all-time coaching greats in the NHL.
And for the first time tonight, the captain who receives it is a player from Finland. Alexander Barkov, you have the honor of hoisting the Stanley Cup.
time the most underrated player of the NHL, no longer in the pantheon of great captains who raised the Stanley Cup. Alexander Barkov, the first from Finland to do so.
Biggest question, who's the next to be passed along?
A lot of people thought it would likely be Ekblad, but it won't be. It'll be Sergei Bobrovsky. Who has completed what will surely be a Hall of Fame resume with this Stanley Cup victory. 2 Vezinas, 396 wins, but most importantly, 16 in this playoff run.
Describe your emotions right now.
I can't. I don't know what. Oh, hang on for a second. We got a visitor. Here you go.
Leaves it for Reinhart. Waiting. Allen goal save, rebound, scores! This one will count, and we're tied at 2.
And a little give and go, and then the shot, and then Ekblad, he takes off down the middle of the ice, and he's all by himself. The Tampa defense did not see it. Watch, Ekblad stays in. There's the shot, goes off of Vasilevsky, a huge rebound, and Ekblad was all by himself just to lift it over the glove hand for the game-tying goal.
And we're even with 3:45 to go. And the crowd is buzzing now. Panthers in the offensive zone. Jones shoots the front and scores! They score! Marchand was in front. Incredible.
But look at Jones, he just lifts it towards the goal. Traffic in front. Loisterainen was there in a battle. Here's the bouncing puck, goes off of the Lightning player, and I think Jones is going to get credit with this goal.
2 goals in 11 seconds. Exactly what Tampa did in the second period to erase a 1-goal deficit. Tampa's bench is stunned, and nearly 20,000 are going nuts. A stirring comeback. 3 late goals for the Panthers. And they'll go to Tampa, trying to send the Lightning home for the summer. The Cats take game 4. Up top, Marchand. His shot tipped. It's in! Brad Marchand wins it in overtime. A long shift for a couple of the Leafs forwards. What is that, the 4th goal that's bounced, pinballed somehow, some way?
Throw it to the net, right
in the back of the net. Looked like maybe it went off of Riley. But just outstanding work by the Panthers. And then getting people to the front of the net.
Good gap by Ekblad. Bennett with Verhaeghe. Bennett drags it, moves it. He scores! What a goal! Sam Bennett brings the house down. 2-0, Florida.
And
gets the turnover, trying to move this at the blue line, and then Bennett, as the turnover goes, quick transition, and the patience. And so you talked about the pump fake on Wall, who's so aggressive. Well, Sam Bennett does exactly that as he outweights it, but it starts with a great play, holding their own blue line, and then back the other way, as the Panthers able to extend their lead. Oh, great patience as Bennett outweights everybody. Verhaeghe draws.
It comes Frida Marner with a lot of room. He wristed it wide. The rebound came right to the post for Nyes, who had an open net for a moment.
And the best one is this. The Marner wrist shot. Nyes will jump on this loose puck, but so does Bobrovsky. Quickly recognizes the danger. Bobrovsky's left pad gets back and takes one away from Nyes. He took one away late in the third period in
Nylander into the slot. Puck shot across. Oh, Nylander robbed by Bobrovsky. On the Maple Leafs' first official shot on goal.
And then Tavares finds Nylander and Bobrovsky. Welcome to Game 7. What a stop.
Barkov clears the zone to Rodriguez. And now Seth Jones moving in. Shoots. Scores! 1-0 Panthers as Seth Jones beats Joseph Woll.
Shooter for the goaltender, and the defenseman throws it far side.
Well, there's the activity of the Florida defense. We showed it defensively. Now it's offensively. Jones getting underneath that play.
Either, Edzo. Could this be his final game as a member of the Toronto Maple Leafs? Unrestricted free agent Mitch Marner. Score! Marchand, the shot deflected in by Luostarinen. It is now 4-1 Florida. 47 seconds after the Domi goal.
Well, there's Marchand again. Just gets his puck into an area. The goal scorer gets support from Lundell, and then a simple play from Marchand. Luostarinen just goes to the net. And this is where you just got to have soft hands. You're opening up the stick blade to get a little bit of elevation. And it's just a subtle little touch.
Once again, here's Barkov. Down low, backhand shot, score! On the power play, Carter Verhaeghe gives the Florida Panthers a 1-0 lead in Game 1.
Shot here by Verhaeghe. Matthew Tkachuk, you mentioned not putting a puck in the back of the net, but boy, oh boy, is he distributing the puck beautifully. Verhaeghe will get this puck and just goes forehand, backhand, and watch the puck before he shoots it. He gets it, it rolls on him, he waits a second, and then once it lays flat on the stick blade, he just throws it right up top. In tight like that, it is so difficult.
That puck coming down the weak side, and he came back to the bench upset. Here's Mikkola
Across for Greer, he scores! 3-1 Panthers. Mikkola.
And then Carolina goes for a change. Look at him jump right into the play. It's a 3-on-3 that turns into a 2-on-1. And then Greer buries it. Just what a play. From defense to offense, it perfectly placed.
Well, good skating ability.
Slavin, Luostarinen, here's Taylor Hall. Out in front, oh, the save! Made by Bobrovsky without his goal stick.
Roslovic with an unbelievable chance.
And then the chance for Roslovic, tries to go high glove, and great save by Bob.
As an offensive player, if you know the goaltender has lost it, hadn't had a stoppage since the Gostisbehere-Marchand get-together, you'd have to think.
Score! It is now 5-1 Florida. Luostarinen beats Anderson.
Well, a face-off win for the Panthers. And then first on the scene. Nosek able to find the loose puck. Gostisbehere goes for the hit. And a beautiful finish by Luostarinen.
Another long shift here for Forsling and Ekblad.
Here comes Stahl, looks to gain a step on Forsling across. Oh, what a save by Bobrovsky as he robs Stankoven.
First chance and then back the other way. Stahl to Stankoven.
Yes. Penalty expires. So the Hurricanes kill it off. Here comes Boquist. Nice move to the inside. He scores! Back in the lineup, replacing the injured Reinhart. Boquist puts the Panthers back on top with a spectacular move.
Well, the turnover in the neutral zone. And remember the first goal of the game? It went off of Orlov, and this one here, Boquist goes right by Orlov and puts it right between the legs of Kochekov.
Orlov's going to try and keep Boquist to the outside. Once he gets to the middle of the ice, it's problematic.
Mikkola behind the net, shovels it across. Verhaeghe, nice spin move, clears the zone for Tkachuk with Bennett. Mikkola joining as well. Bennett for Mikkola. Score! Second of the game for Mikkola. It is now 3-1 Florida.
And then the other way, the Panthers go 3-on-2. Mikkola joins the rush. A shot from the outside. It's a shot that's got to be stopped from below the dot. Kochekov gets moving too far to his right, opens up that far side, and the Panthers have some breathing room.
There's that defense. Tell you what, Carter Verhaeghe made a heck of a play in his own zone. That led to this goal. The third one of the game for the Panthers.
Here is Barkov to the net. Score!
Orlov, control, turns it over, and then the quick strike by Barkov, that left-hand shot off the far post. Orlov has had a tough night here tonight. Not able to get that puck out.
3 goals on 7 shots for the Panthers here in the third period. Barkov has one of them. Score! Fourth goal of the period for the Panthers as they extend to a 5-1 lead.
Evan Rodriguez. Shane Gostisbehere has his stick there. And it looks like it goes in off of Gostisbehere. Another turnover by Carolina in their own zone. And yes, the tip of the stick of Gostisbehere.
2 forwards for Carolina had blown the zone. They were trying to get the high flip out.
Redirect wide to the right of Bobrovsky by Svechnikov.
Good try by Morrow there, that shot pass.
Flipped ahead by Boquist, 2-on-1. Lundell with Marchand. Lundell across. Marchand scores!
Able to get the puck out of their own zone. Carolina hanging in there, trying to make a play, and obviously it's going to lead to odd mans. And Lundell to Marchand, and Marchand this time, instead of going back the other way, finds a spot short side upstairs.
A beautiful pass by Lundell. Boquist gets an assist on the exit, and then
Beth Jones setting things up top. Now Ekblad. Ekblad shoots, score! Deflected in front on the power play. The Panthers are on the board as Tkachuk redirected it past Anderson.
Well, you talk about being direct. The recovery along the wall initially is where Florida gets this opportunity. Little pitch and catch, move to the front, and then the redirect in front of the net. You got numbers there, you got sticks there, Tkachuk is there, Reinhart is there, but it was all about the retrieval for Florida.
You can see Tkachuk, he wants the puck, he wants it towards the net. He knows he's got positioning.
Now Bennett leaving it for Seth Jones.
But Florida failed to get it clear on the one faceoff. And Carolina wasn't able to take advantage.
Here's Bennett towards the net, score! Rodriguez! We are tied at 2. 2 goals, 30 seconds apart for Florida
to go in and finish.
Boy, what a beautiful give and go there between Sam Bennett and Evan Rodriguez. But Bush, as you mentioned. Come on, Kenny. Can't do that. Just kidding.
Marchand in front, score! Lundell! Third goal of the period for Florida. They take a 3-2 lead. Anton Lundell, the redirect. Off the setup from Brad Marchand.
Watch this effort. He's here. He's going to get to this area here. Watch him get a step on Aho. Watch this. He just gets there. I mean, Aho actually grabs him around the waist and kind of slows him up a little. Watch. Right there, but he still gets there. And that strong bottom hand, left-handed shot, left hand. What a play by Marchand. But I have seen him for at least 12 minutes of playing time in this third.
Barkov cuts away from Orlov, slides it across, score! Carter Verhaeghe! And the Panthers go back on top.
Brilliant play by Sasha Barkov. Watch this pass over to Carter Verhaeghe. Look at this play. Strength, stay with it. Watch this move. Whoop, hello, goodbye, and the puck ends up in the back of the net. A star player making a star play late in the third period.
You said it perfectly, Edzo. A star player making a star play at a big moment. It doesn't get any better than that.
Spy. Reinhart moves the puck ahead for Barkov. Now Bennett out of the box, racing in, picks up the puck, and scores!
Yeah, you'd have seen that coming a million miles away. Hey, Bush, nobody's coming near that trophy.
No chance.
I don't know if that was part of busy bets tonight, but hey, Biz, you need any help, you know, you can always call me.
That would have been what Eddie calls a lock. They will pose for the traditional photo.
And Busy Bets did cash, so way to go, Biz.
Can't wait to see Biz and the gang at the Stanley Cup Final. Florida Panthers, Eastern Conference champions for the third straight year. And now they will await the winner of Edmonton and Dallas.